Welcome back to Undiagnosed Baddie, your favorite daily 10-minute podcast brought to you by motherfucking me. Like, it's me, y'all. It's Bella the God. Now, I do want to say before we get into today's episode, like this episode. Like this episode. Like this fucking episode. If you're here and you're watching, like the episode. I know it sounds redundant, but I guess I gotta tell y'all. All right, so let's go ahead. Y'all, this is a touchy one. Today's topic says serious question. All right, let's get serious. Serious question. Would y'all be offended if your friend told you that you were getting big? Or would you want your friend to tell you if you are? Now, I truly believe this matters or is more so for women, but I do want to get into it. Now, I had a friend who prided herself on being itty bitsy, wincy, tiny little thing. And then life spanked, and then she became a wider thing. A wider ting, not thing, a wider ting. And when she was small, she used to fat shame. And she used to say, if I ever get big, if I ever get that big, or if I ever get that big, you need to let me know. So I hadn't seen this friend in a while, y'all. Okay, let's be honest. Hadn't seen this friend face to face probably like in 2 years. Saw the friend. I was like, whoa, what the fuck, right? So then we have a mutual friend, and I'm like, do you remember when the other friend said if they got big to let them know? She was like, don't you say a motherfucking thing about her weight. It's a touchy subject and this, and that. Now, I do want to say, and this applies to a whole lot of shit in life, if you can't take it, don't fucking dish it. Don't sit and talk about people when they have body types that you don't like and that you don't want. It's truly that simple, because in a blink of an eye, in a snap of a finger, it can be fucking you that's misshapen in the way that you was talking about. Now, I wanted to say something because I remember her saying, if I ever get, and bitch, you are. But the other friend saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, I was like, okay, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. But it's just like, what do you do in those situations? Do you honor your friend's request, or do you respect what they're going through at that point? Now, for me, I want you to say, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? Or it could be settled. You want to go for a walk? Like, I want you to tell me that I'm getting big. I want you to tell me, hey, like, if I am gaining weight, it's more so a stress issue. It's not necessarily like mine would be stress. Mine would not be depression. Mine would absolutely be stress if I'm gaining weight. Um, but yeah, I want you to tell me, but I don't want you to be mean about it. Like, I want you to ask me what's going on. I want you to actually know me and understand that something is going on if my weight is getting bigger. Um, Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Like I said, there are some people that say these things when they're a twig, and then when they become a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, full grown tree, it's just like they don't want to hear it. And that's unfortunate, because why can't your friends be real with you? So many people talk about, oh, I want my friends to be able to say, whatever they want to say to me, critique me, and all of this and all of that. But they really can't handle it when it comes back to them. I remember having a friend, and she would say whatever the fuck she. Now, if you know me, I don't want to say I let shit slide, but I pin that shit. And people think because I don't always react and cuss people out. Like, I'm not a pushover, but I'm very calculated in how I move and the things that I do with how people treat me. And when people say things just out the top of their mouth, oh, well, you should have never, or this and that, and it just becomes all kind of like what the old people say, digs at me. I start writing that shit down and mentally notating how the fuck you feel, because that's really how the fuck you feel. And so when I tell people the same thing, now it's like, why would you say that to me? I remember I had a friend like that. We're not friends any longer, but this person would say whatever the fuck they wanted to say at the drop of a dime, and I'm like, damn, that's really how you feel. Cool, notated, done. And then when I would say something, because let's just say I say something once every 9 months, but they were saying something once a month, it's just like, why would you say that to me? Why do you think that you could say that to me? You hurt my fit. And it's just like, bitch, I'm giving you what you give me. Nobody likes when Bella gives them what they give Bella. And I don't even dish it all the time. Like, I don't. I don't. Whether you believe it or not, I don't. And I just sit back and I think about all the times that people have said shit to me, and I just be like, okay. But trust and believe. Trust and fucking believe. I'm going to get my leg back one way or another. And it may not be today. And it may not be tomorrow. And it might be a year. And it might be 3 years. But bitch, I'm going to get my leg back one way or another. And then I'm going to be done. And you're going to have to sit back and try to remember. But because most of the times, or the last time that I did get my lick back, it was blasted as if I was the bad person. No, I was just more calculated in the way that you treated me. And that's really just what that shit boils down to. But I mean, if you skinny, I just want to say what goes around comes around. If you talk about the facts, if you fat, you know what I'm saying? Like literally. I want to say start walking. And that might sound mean, but that's something that I need to do. So, yes, we're going to start walking. I have about a month, a little under a month to get into this dress that I want for my friend's wedding. And I am going to be documenting that entire process on TikTok. And probably I might drop this stuff on Instagram. It's so hard to be myself on Instagram because people want content. Put it together, make it look like this, make it look pretty, and put a bow on it. And I just be like, get into my life. But that's really why I put a lot of stuff out on YouTube, because I feel like it's less critiquish, less judgy, less whatever. And it's not like I really give a fuck, but the content don't hit, it don't do numbers the same way it does over here or on TikTok, because those are more let your hair down apps and viewing services, streaming services. So that's what that is. Okay, I want to talk about my day today. My day today was long. Had a little gig today, wore me out. I do want to say I posted to TikTok that I was going to start taking hair down, braids down for $75. I upped my price to 100. It should have been 100 anyway, but I was gonna have the people come to me, and so thus I took like my mobile fee off, but my mobile fee included in that. We're gonna round that bitch out to 100. So shout out to Dawn, yay Dawn, for entrusting me and my services and the braid takedown, and yeah, like it was dope. We're gonna give Dawn 5 out of 5. I got a tip, wasn't expecting a tip, because my service is my service, and she actually is the one that counter offered with 100. I said 75. She said, what about 100 if you come to me? And I was like, say less. So moving forward, it's just gonna be 100, and I come to you, no animals. So house was clean. I was on time. She had good conversation. We watched, some different stuff on TV. And I just want to say, it's good sometimes just to talk to an older woman and get an outlook on life, not even my life, just life experiences and living in different places. And I think it's very important for conversations to be had generation to generation about life, all of it. And it doesn't necessarily have to center and be about men. We were talking about perimenopause, kids, and solo traveling, and I love that for us. So